Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I hope everybody's doing well out there today. This is going to be a video that's going to talk about 1, 2, 3 rules that you should follow when you're digging for records. And I don't mean digging like going to the local record store and seeing what they have. I'm talking about you saw an ad on Craigslist, or you saw something on Facebook Marketplace, or a friend of yours said, oh, I have a friend who has a bunch of records in his attic and he wants to get rid of them. I mean, digging, really digging, places where you've gone, where I've gone, to barns, to garages, attics, basements, digging around people's collections. 3 rules that I've broken in the past and I've learned from them, and I thought I'd share that with the rest of you people in the VC. Rule number 1, always bring more money than you think you're ever going to need to buy records. I've done this in the past. A couple of typical stories. A friend of ours, she had a new boyfriend. We were talking at dinner one night. We talked about the records. He said, oh, I got a whole bunch of records. I'm ready to get rid of them. I said, great. I went to his house. These were all, had been sitting there like on the floor, tucked away for like 30 years, covered with dust and dirt. He said, $1 each, take whatever you want. I only brought $100 with me. I went through a bunch of them and I said, you know what? As $100, I'll take these. I'll come back tomorrow and I'll go through the rest, because he had another $300-400 to go through. He said, that's fine. Come back tomorrow. We'll bring some home cash. We'll do it tomorrow. I get home. The phone rings that night. He goes, oh, I talked to my daughter. She doesn't want to sell any more of the records. If I brought more money, I could have gotten more. Who knows what I left behind by not taking advantage and not having enough cash on me. Of course, today a lot of people take Venmo, so it's probably not as important, but cash is always king, and it's always better to have more cash than you ever think you're going to need. Another time it worked out in my favor, but that was just dumb luck. I went to a woman who wrote that she had 100 records and she wanted $2 a record. So I showed up with $200, and this was way out in the middle of nowhere here in Maine, really in the country. And I get to her house and she goes, you know, I think I have a little more than 100. And she had close to 500 albums and really good stuff too. And I went through them all. I said, you know, I really want everything. And she goes, all right, fine, take them, $200, get out of here. So that worked out in my favor, but usually it doesn't. And it's always better to bring cash and bring more cash than you think you're ever going to need. Yesterday, a guy I used to work with, I've been working with him. We worked together about 10 years ago. We both left the job. We stayed in contact. He got in touch with me and told me that his brother had passed away and he had all these records, but he wasn't ready to get rid of them. And it's been about 5 years that I've been talking to him on and off. Finally, yesterday, I went to his house. And again, I didn't bring enough cash, but hopefully the deal is still going to work out. He had amazing stuff in this collection. So if this works out, I'll do a video on that next week if I get to get the stuff I was looking at. That's rule number 1. Always bring more cash. Rule number 2. Never leave until you've looked at everything. How many times have I gone to a place where I looked and it's been an hour, 2 hours, and I'm going, oh, I'm beat. I can't do anymore. And you walk out and you realize you left behind some great, great records. Never leave until you have looked at everything. Up, down, in and out. Just don't stop. Keep digging, digging, digging. No matter how tired you get, take a break, but come back. But don't leave until you've actually looked at everything that the person has. I've done this in the past, and I got screwed by that. Sold it to someone else a couple hours later. So, number 2, never leave until you have looked at everything. And number 3, the third rule, always ask, is there anything else you have for sale? A couple of times I've been through it. I said, oh, anything else you might have you want to sell? One guy had all these reel-to-reel pre-recorded tapes and a reel-to-reel tape deck. And he said, I didn't think anyone would be interested in these things. So I gave him like $100 for the reel-to-reel tape deck, and he threw in all these great reel-to-reel tapes. end up selling them, make a lot of money on that. So yeah, whenever you're done digging for the records, always ask the person, do you have anything else you're interested in? Yeah, you might want to sell, because you never know. It might be equipment, it might be CDs, tapes, who knows what, memorabilia, 45s, whatever you get. Always ask. Number 3, always ask, is there anything else that you might want to sell that you have available? So for me, those 3 rules have really been my mainstay. Number 1, always bring more cash than you think you're going to need. Number 2, never leave until you've looked at everything. And number 3, anything else you're thinking, looking at selling? You follow those 3 rules, and I think you'll be good. All right, I hope this helped newcomers and even people who aren't newcomers. Next time you go digging, to think of these 3 things, and hopefully they'll give you a better experience. You'll find more stuff to buy, and you end up being happier in the long run. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. 3 rules for digging for records. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, give me that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, peace.